Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success. And today we are on episode 59. So today's topic is Starting Fresh, Roshi's Bold Leap from Tech to Time Freedom. And our guest is Roshi Wasala. But she will be joining us in a few minutes. But before I dive into our topic, let me introduce myself. So, hello everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently residing in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor. I also want to remind everyone that every Tuesdays and every Thursdays we have our live webinar. So if you want to learn how to start your online business and start earning online, all you have to do is just register into this website that appear on the screen with your name and email address, and I'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. The first link is to register to the live webinar. So that one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, one for Tuesday, one for Thursday. So you can register for either one or for both. Since our live webinars is every Tuesdays and Thursdays, 5 p.m. PST and 8 p.m. EST. So the second link that you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, I also invite you to our private Facebook group where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to find out how our online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So let's find out who were the hosts and panelists from this past Thursday's live webinar. If you want to catch this replay before tomorrow's live, sorry, it's too early. So if you want to catch the replay, from last Thursdays before tomorrow's live webinar, here are the hosts and panelists from that day. All right, so our host is Emina. She's a coach and online business owner. And our first panelist is Niha. She's an IT professional. We also have Maricel, healthcare worker and caregiver. We have Emmeline, bank officer. Nicole, an administration manager. Natasha, online business owner and mentor. Brutika, telemarketer and restaurant owner. Lynette, full-time entrepreneur. So as you see, we have all different walks of life, but they all have something in common, and that is, they decided to take that leap of faith to change their lives and their family's life. So if you catch in this replay before tomorrow's live webinar, our replays have subtitles in several languages, and our live webinar has subtitles in 5 languages: the Spanish, French, Tagalog, Vietnamese, and Arabic. So there you go. So if you want to learn how to start your online business, all you have to do is just register into that website. Okay, so let's dive into our topic. So like we mentioned, we are on episode 59. So our topic for today is starting fresh, Rashi's bold leap from tech to time freedom. And our guest is Roshi Wasala. So before I bring her in, let me introduce her to you guys. So I'm so excited to introduce you today's guest, Roshi. She's originally from Sri Lanka and now living in Melbourne, Australia for the past 16 years. Roshi is a dedicated IT professional and a proud mom of 2 wonderful children, a son and a daughter, and a passionate digital business owner and mentor. She's designing a life of freedom and flexibility, one that allows her to be fully present with her family while building something meaningful. So, Roshi's story is a powerful example of balancing career, family, and purpose. So, get ready to be inspired and let's bring Roshi to the studio. Hi, Roshi. Thank you for coming.
Hi Sandy, how are you?
Good,
Thank
and
you so
you?
much for inviting me for this session today.
Oh, thank you. The pleasure is mine to have you here. Um, so I did a little bit introduction about you. I don't know if you want to add anything else.
Yeah, as you said, like I'm originally from Sri Lanka. And after I left Sri Lanka, I've been in Singapore for about 3 years, working over there in the IT sector. And then after I had my permanent residency in Australia, I moved to Melbourne. And I've been here like for about 16 years now. And I've been working in private as well as government sector here in IT sector. And I have two beautiful children, a son and a daughter. And yeah, I'm so excited about this business. And I've got to know about from one of the videos that I've been watching from my mentor. So that's why I'm here today. Yeah, that's about me.
Thank you so much for that introduction. Okay, so let's start with the questions. Okay, so the first question for you. So, Roshi, as a someone who recently started this journey, what was it about this opportunity that made you say yes, despite already have a stable career on IT?
Yes. Although I was having a career in IT, after I had my second child, my daughter, I took a career break. The main reason for that is like when I had my son, I had to keep him in the childcare center from 6 months onwards, and he was quite little. And then he was getting sick every now and then. I had to travel to the city, so that was taking about 1.5 hours one way. And it was really hard for me to manage with my career and with a sick child and all that. So I thought, like, when I had my daughter, I'm definitely going to take a career break. And initially, I thought like I'm going to take about 1.5 years. But later on, I felt so sorry to keep her in the childcare center as well. And then I extended until she turned 3 because then she'll be entitled to go to the early learning center. Uh, Meanwhile, when she was little, I've been looking for ways of to find some income because I realized that after I am having my career break, it's just on single income only from my husband, and the quality of life like has to be dropped because it's on single income family then, and if I have to spend for something that I have to spend twice, and for the holidays like we can't spend as how we did, so I just wanted to find out a way that I can earn about $500,000 per a month. It doesn't have to be a business opportunity, just something else even, which I can manage with my daughter by looking after my daughter at home. So one day I was looking at my Facebook profile, and I saw my mentor's video, which was his advertisement, and then I inquired from her, and that's how I get into this business. So, as you said, like what made I say yes to this opportunity was definitely my family, especially my children, because I wanted to stay with my children more rather than like working like 9 to 5.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah, no
Um,
worries.
Yeah, and yeah, I totally understand, and that's one of the things that is hard when you, as a parent, especially as a mom, that when your kids get sick, you have to request permission to where you're working, and that's not always possible. Like some bosses are, they are they give you that consent to be able to go and take care of your kids, but some of them they don't, so it makes it really harder. And like you mentioned, you were um on the first with your first son, you had like some struggles there, and then when your daughter came, you decided to take a career break for that. um but then you realized that you needed to that you guys only had one income, and then it was not enough for for you and your two kids now. um so like for example, you decided to try to find something that you could do that it will allow you to be able to be fully present for your kids, but at the same time making money. um, not necessarily like you mentioned, a lot of our business community, like when they found this online business opportunity, they were not looking for actually an online business opportunity. They were looking for like another job that will give them that flexibility. But then they find out this online business opportunity, and once they know, the flexibility that it gives to them, they decided to go into this journey instead of a job, because when you go to a job, like you mentioned, you have to go physically to that location, and then stay the hours that are required for you to, that you are located on that job. So that is taking you time for you to be able to take care of your kids and be fully present. So but with this online business opportunity, you are able to have that flexibility to be able to work from home, with doing your business at home, and be able to take care of your kids, and not, not needing to put your kid to daycare. And then, like, if, for example, if she got sick, then you have to request and then travel. And you told me that it was a long commute to be able to go from where you were to where your kid was. So um yeah, that's make it harder, like if like a company will give you that permission, to go there and look, and like, because some of them sometimes, they will give you like, okay, you can go, but you have to come back, you know
Yeah,
um and that's like, for you in your case, that was a long drive, so just
yes,
thinking, 1 hour, like say 1 hour and a half going there, plus the time that you take, there, and then to come back 1 hour and a half. So that's a lot of time. So um like one or two times, they might let it go, but if it gets more frequently, then they're gonna start like wondering,
yeah,
so that's hard, as a mom. And I know, because like, I've seen so many moms there, and I seen my sister, when she had my nieces and nephews that were small, um and they got sick. So it's asking permissions, it's not always easy, like I say, you have to be blessed to have, like a boss that will understand you, that you as a mom, you need to go take care of your kid that is sick. So thank you for sharing that. A lot of parents out there will relate to your story. So thank you.
that is
And you
all.
mentioned, yeah, and you mentioned, your families, that's your big why, your kids, to be able to be fully present. And I think that's very important, because a lot of time, as a parents, like they usually focus on providing for their kids, but sometimes, they neglected the most important, and that is, be able to create that family bonding, be fully present on their lives, not missing those milestones, because they grow so fast, in the
Yeah,
blink of
as you,
an eye when you
yeah,
look.
as you said, like I missed so many milestones of my son, and I felt so bad. So I didn't want her to miss anything from my daughter, and that little age won't be there for a long term. Like it's just like only a couple of years, and after that, even if I wanted to keep her at home, I won't be able to because she'll be starting school, and it's just a school holiday. She'll be there, and then I have to go to work still. So I thought like if this is the best time to look after her and then just stay with her, and as well as like while I was looking after her, like I can do school drop-offs and pickups of my son as well,
Mhm.
and like I was able to do some volunteer like helping the school as well, especially like Mother's Day and all those things. So I never got those opportunities before, so it was a really great break, I would say, staying at home and doing all those things for the family.
Yes, thank you for sharing that. Yeah, now that you mentioned, helping, as a volunteer in the school activities, I remember one of the leaders, she's very successful now, but when she started, one of the reasons also she started on this journey was because of what you mentioned, of be able to volunteer in the school activities of her kids, and that was one of her dreams, and she was able to achieve that. So we have a comment from your mentor, Kayani Jajaradni. He say, "Hi, ladies. Hello. Thank
Hi,
you for much.
Penny.
Thank you for your comment." So yeah, so thank you for sharing that. Okay, so let's dive into our second question for you. Okay, so starting something new always comes with fears or doubts, especially in the beginning. What has surprised you the most in the first 3 months of running your own online business?
Yeah, as you said, like it has been so much of fear and doubts were there because I've been skeptical as well, and then I have a lot of doubts, I have a lot of questions, and I spoke to my mentor, and then I was able to clarify them. Like she was actually fantastic and outstanding. She was able to clarify all my queries, and then I paid that US dollars 149 and then got into the system and I was able to unlock the training as well as I was able to disclose that private Facebook group. So when I got this training access to the training modules, I realized that it's like well structured and step by step guidance so anybody can understand even but I'm coming from like IT background so it was pretty easy for me to go through it but I didn't have any marketing experience so there were some topics like how to do advertising and all those things as well but I was able to do it within like 2 weeks and by being into IT industry especially into testing focusing into testing because I've been working as a test lead as well as a test manager here so my eyes are actually focused on defects. But when I was go through this training, to be honest, like I never encountered a single defect because it was so robust, and I couldn't believe that this such a well structured training program, and it's really easy to go one by one steps at like as an example how to create a Facebook business page and how to create the reels and all those things because I didn't know of all of these things. And that's one of the main surprises I had. And then, like, when I had the access to the private Facebook group, I saw the potential in there. Like, I saw how the other business owners are earning. There were some ladies that has been there for a long time. Like this business model, I know like it's been established about 9 years back so I saw like if they've been like even like 4 years, they're earning quite a lot, and we won't be able to earn that much from our professional work, and that impressed me a lot because if the others can earn, like I thought, like I might be able to earn as well. So my only doubt was next was the like what sort of a strategy I'm going to go with. Like when I saw those 6 videos after I made that initial payment, I was tossing between like which strategy I'm going to go with because I was on my career break, so I was not in a position to invest a lot for this business. But then again, I thought like whatever I'm doing, I should be doing in a proper manner. Like so I should be doing in a manner that I can earn a lot. That's why I'm into this business. So I picked up one of those highly paid strategies, and so that's one of the other surprises I had, like the private Facebook group. And there were some job quitters as well, and they're from professional backgrounds. So I thought, like, if they're on this business model, this can't be like a scam or something. Because before I discovered this business model, I've been looking online for other opportunities as well, and they were not really stable. So I thought like this is like 100%. It says 100% legitimate and taxable. Like in Australia, like I had to create an Australian business number for the tax claims. So I thought like this has to be something really stable, not like a scam. And then after I go through those videos, I realized this is something really suits me. And the other thing, what I was so impressed was the supportive system behind this business model. I have never seen a supportive system like this. I've started some sort of a business couple of years back, and that didn't have any supportive system. And I was just doing by myself each and everything. So in this business, from the day one, I had the support from my mentor and the coach. They were fantastic. They were providing me all the necessary information to me. On top of that, we are working as a team, and we are having like team build up meetings. So if there are any questions I can raise, and there are so much of people to support behind me. So that's another key factor that I've been like so impressed with.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Yeah, you share a lot of nuggets there. Yeah. So yeah, one of the great things, like you mentioned, is the training that it is providing this online business opportunity. It is tailored for anyone with zero knowledge and zero technical skills. And then, like you mentioned, it's a video based training that you can follow along, at your own pace, and it's easy to follow. And if you, like you mentioned, if you still if you still need, like more help, let's say, you can always ask, the global online community. You can always ask your mentor, and you get that support. One of the things, like you mentioned, you did other business in the past, and they didn't have that support, like you were on your own. And I totally agree with you on that, because when I found this online business opportunity, I was already starting one on at the same time, and I was going to go to the next one. But one of the things that I like about this business, when I found that it checked all the boxes of what I really was looking on a business, that I was looking 5 years ago. Um, so as I went through, and I asked the questions, one of the things that I love was, that he had a mentor with you for a longer journey, and you didn't have to pay extra, just the one time fee that we pay at the beginning, uh, and then your mentor was all there all the time. On the other business that I was about to join before I found this one, um, it was totally the opposite. Like, you have a mentor, you can have a mentor, but you only have that mentor for the amount of time that you pay. So if you pay for 1 month, then you have that mentor only for 1 month, but you have to pay for that mentor to be able to have that mentor. So, and after that, you were on your own again. So, um, having that support, from a mentor, a coach, and a global online community, it makes a huge difference on your journey, because that support that you get, it helps you, emotionally. It helps you, on the technical side, and also, on celebrating those small and big milestones. So it's a community that will uplift you, and then you're not competing with each other. To the contrary, everyone is helping each other. Everyone is sharing their knowledge, their tips and strategies. So it makes a huge difference when you have something like that. And I think that's one of the keys of our success in our community. Be able to achieve that success is because of the community that we have. So thank you for sharing that.
That's
You also
awesome.
Yeah, you also mentioned about, like the potential of this business. Yeah. When we started the first time, that was one of the things that I saw, it looks like too good to be true, the way that, the money, the scalability of this business. We really don't understand at the beginning unless you are on the inside, and then you are able to see, um, the possibilities that this business has. So like you mentioned, once you were invited to the group, and you were able to see uh, the um, the results from other members of our community, that really piqued your interest, and you saw the potential of the business. um, because like yes, this is not a rich quick scam. Like you mentioned, you saw people there that, like 3 to 4 years, they were having results, big results. Um, and that's the case, like in average, uh, from 3 to 5 years, that's when the people are able to surpass their actual income, and that's, a lot of people, like you mentioned, they quit their jobs, so they just only focus on the business. And when we say only focus on the business, we are not saying like a 9 to 5 where you work 9 hours. They are allocated like between 2 to 4 hours per day to do the business. So I still eat that's why, like a lot of people love this business, because it gives you that flexibility, to be able to be fully present for your kids, and the business adapt to your hours and not the other way around. So that's the other good thing. Um so the scalability of this business is big, because it starts small, but it keeps increasing and increasing as you go. um and like I mentioned, an average is 3 to 5 years, but there's people that do it before that. But like we say, in average is 3 to 5 years. The other thing that you mentioned is that you were worried, like if it was a scam, but then you saw, that it was a legit business. You can claim your taxes. You can do tax claims in Australia. So yeah, like for example, yeah, here in Canada, we report our commissions, at the end of the year, to claims. And then, for example, one of our guests that I interview her, because of her business, every year when she did her tax return, she had to pay a lot of money. And then this was her first year that she was doing the tax returns, including her business. And instead of paying, she received a lot of money. She received what she paid uh, for her mortgage for the entire year. That was the tax refund that she got this year. So it was huge, because like it was the amount that she pays for her house, and her house is like, she was mentioning, her house is like 4 bedrooms, and I think like two bathrooms. So that's a big house. So to be able to get a tax refund, that's the other thing, that is good about this business, that it gives you be able to deduct, to claim those expenses from the business, and that helps you with your tax. Um, let's see if I missed something. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing that.
No worries, Sandy.
All right. So let's go to your last question. Okay, so you're already balancing a career in tech and motherhood. What small wins or early lessons have encouraged you to keep going with this business?
Yeah, first I would say the flexibility, as you said. Like I'm not working like for long hours. I'm working just for about an hour or two at the moment. And what I had, so that's really helps me because I don't have to spend too much time from my time. And then when I do this business is like when my kids go to bed at night, I usually come to my laptop and then I started creating this post and everything. And and the other thing was like when I started this business, like I was not very active in social media. I had only a Facebook account, and in my Facebook accounts also, I had only my close friends, like not any strangers or anybody. And now only I'm getting all these people from the business actually. And I didn't know how to create posts using Canva. And I have never used Canva before, although I was in IT field because I'm not a designer. I'm into a testing scope. And other thing was I didn't know how to do reels, lives, nothing. And so those things like were quite new for me, and I was so excited to do all those things and see how it how it looks like on my page. And the other thing is like when I was coming to business, what I asked from my mentor was, can I continue with this without showing my face? Because I didn't really wanted to show my face and come into publicity. And then my mentor said like, yes, there's something called faceless marketing exists, so you can do like that. So that's why I signed my contract with this business, and I wanted to do it through faceless marketing. But as I said, when I saw the potential of this business using that private Facebook group, I realized that I need to do my best. I know that there are so many people who are doing faceless marketing, but still I thought like I might do something different. And then I started adding my face on those posts. And then down the track, I did some reels with my face, like was talking in the videos, and then lives as well. And then now I'm doing like interviews as well. So I think that's something that I gained confident. it's I build up my confidence. Like although in my job, like I have done presentations with the other business stakeholders in my companies, and I have conducted meetings and all that, but in front of a camera, I have never like done something like this, like interviews or anything. So that's one of the main things that have been gained in my career, I would say. And the other thing was like I was able to create my own brand. Like I have heard about these MLA, multi-level marketing strategies, and they are like people are like selling the products belongs to a different brand from a different company. But in this business, I'm creating my own Facebook group and Facebook page, and I have the ownership for that, as well as I'm hoping to navigate it through the other social media platforms like Instagram and things like that, like LinkedIn and all those things. At the moment, I have a LinkedIn professional a page which I use for my career, but for business I still don't have it. So that's something that I've encountered as well. Um yeah, for when it comes to like balancing with my tech and motherhood, I would say it's mainly the flexibility. So I would like to invite all of these beautiful moms out there, like they can like have just explore this business. They don't have to think that I'm just going getting into this business, but you can just explore it at no risk, and see whether that it will be suiting you, because this is something that I found when I was having my career break, and then now I'm just using it as like a side hustle. So it's really good opportunity and to manage your motherhood and your work career as well as like the business, and while you're gaining some while you're earning a decent amount of money as well.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes. Now we do have some like emojis here from Ayubu Kefa, Cosimiana Incent, and Bin Bin Koder, and Hype Krister. So thank you so much for your like and heart emojis, and thank you for watching. So yeah, you mentioned, for here, what small wins and early lessons have you encouraged? So one of the things that you mentioned, you were able to get flexibility, and that's something that, allows you to be able to build this business at the same time, be able to take care of your family. And like you mentioned, you do your business at the end of the night, when your kids go to bed. And that's what I was mentioning before, this business adapt to your own hours and not the other way around. So that's why, it gives you that flexibility, because, you can fit it in any time pocket that you have during the day. Like we have other moms, that they do it at night, when after the kids go to bed. And they also, they wake up like half an hour or 1 hour earlier before their kids wake up, and they also do their business then. um, and so yeah, you can really fit it in any time pocket, like other people, do it at their lunchtime. They check, their business. So yeah, so that is very adaptable to anyone who wanna be able to start this business, on the side while working. They can build it as a plan B. And then like you mentioned, these it starts, small, for the commissions, but it start increasing, and that's the beauty of it. So that plan B that you started eventually becomes your plan A, because it will surpass your actual income. So um, that's the other thing. You also mentioned that one of the things that you were wondering when you started this business, um, starting the business without showing your face. And a lot of people that start this journey, yeah, they have the same thing, like they have one of their fears is to do social media, because they have to show off their face and they don't want to do that. But like you mentioned, we do have faceless marketing. So you have the option, sorry, you have the option to be able to show your face or not to show the face. So But like you mentioned at the beginning, that was one of the reasons that you decided to go into this, because you didn't want to show your face, so you saw faceless marketing. But then after that, you changed your mind, and I think we do, because, like, for example, me, I work in the movie industry, but even though I work in the movie industry, I didn't feel comfortable, to be in front of a camera. I know that. So I but when I started this business, just like you, one of the things I noticed is, if I want to be able to connect with my audience, okay, then I have to show my face, because that's how you build that trust with your audience. They can see who is behind that business page, who they're dealing with. Um, so then, like I decided uh, to get out of my comfort zone, and then just do it. So it's not an easy, it's not easy, because like, we are introvert, we are shy, but you do little by little, you like, that's what I did. And in my case, I started to record it myself, until I got comfortable, and then eventually, I pressed the go live button. Then I got comfortable just seeing myself, and it was okay for me, because I didn't see anyone was watching my live, until one day someone watched it, and then I kind of, like, that was my first experience, and I got scared, and then I forgot everything. But that's how you do it, you to be able to overcome that fear, to be able to build that confidence, you have to do it, and then just practice, 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 and that then you become better. So kudos to you, though, because you're doing very good at doing live. So uh, if you were afraid to do it, you show that self-confidence, on you. So congratulations to you.
Yeah, thanks, Sandy. As you said, like when I was doing my first live, I was doing couple of times and then I was pressing the delete button because I thought like it's not really nice and I have done something wrong and all that. So I was so like quite worried that people might see something wrong and all those things. So even like practicing number of times before the live. But ultimately, I think now I'm in a position that I can do something at like just at once.
Mhm. Yes, thank you for sharing. And you mentioned one point there, very important, and that's another thing that, many times it holds us back, because, and I was one of them too. Like, we trying to make it, like, to look perfect, to look good, and everything, but really, we just have to do it. We have to do it, and then you go and you practice and you become better, because, like, sometimes if we wait for that, um let's say, like, you do it, and then you say, oh no, it's not perfect, I have to do another one, and another one. You delay, you know the chance to be able to start to doing that. So that's another tip, for anyone who is watching us. Um, don't worry about being perfect. Just do it, and then uh, improve as you go. And at the same time, like, people are gonna connect with you, because they saw you as raw, when you started, and they will see you, um, how you are improving along the way. But we are so conscious about, oh, what I'm gonna people are gonna think. We need to make it, look nice, and all that. But we don't have to worry about that. We just have to do it, and anyone who started, like, if we look those famous, person, when they started not knowing either. The thing is, like, we look only, when now they're having success. But if you go back to where they started, we can see, they were in the same place as us. At the beginning, they didn't know how to do it. They made some mistakes, but they went alone. So that's what we have to do. Not to be afraid, just do it, and not to wait for it to be perfect. Just do it and modify along the way. So thank you for sharing that.
Okay, no
Um,
worries.
yeah, the other thing. Yeah, so like you mentioned, this is a great opportunities for any moms out there, who are working, who have kids, um, to be able to build something on the side without the need to be adding another job. Because like I've seen other parents, where they needed to have like an extra side of income, and because of that, they were working their full-time job, and then they added another part-time job to be able to supplement. But this is a business that you can start on the side, so you can still work and then do it on the side, but it will adapt to your schedule, so it will give you that flexibility that you're looking for, while at the same time, you're learning and then you're earning. You start small when it comes to the earning at the beginning, but it starts increasing, and that's the scalability of this business, that is able to, that plan B that you start as a plan B, it becomes your plan A, because it will surpass your actual income. And at that time, it's your decision if you decided to continue working. Let's say we have members in our community that they love their job. They don't need to work anymore, because they're making a lot of money. But they love their job, so they continue doing their job and then continue doing the business on the side. But there's other people that they, once they reach that, they surpass their actual income, they decided to quit their jobs and then just focus on the business and get that time and flexibility, time freedom that you are looking for, to be able to enjoy. Because it depends, what stage in your life, and like for that's for example for moms, be able to fully present for their kids, to be able not to miss any milestones, because like you mentioned before, the time flies. When you look back, your kids are already grown up, and you look and you say, oh my god, I miss those milestones. So if you are a mom that is are watching us right now, and you have like small kids, or even if you have in your teens, and you don't want to miss any of those milestones, this is a great opportunity for you to be able to build that uh, financial stability and be able to be fully present with your kids. So I will give you that freedom to be fully present. Like Roshi was saying, she was able to volunteer on her kids' school. Something that be present, for their activities. And kids is something that they really look into, to be able to see their parents, on their school activities, be able to, like for example, yeah, like around the holidays, they always looking, because they have those school activities at school, so they're always looking through the crowd where their parents are. So that's very important for them to be fully present. So thank you so much for sharing that. And we have arrived to the end of our life. So we hope so that you got inspired with Roshi's stories and journey. She's a good example of, someone who, just started her journey, and what she found out once she started, and um, the challenges that she faced at the beginning, but that she was able to overcome. Like at the beginning, she mentioned that she didn't want to do, show off her face, and now look at her, she was able to get out of her comfort zone and be able to face those challenges. So, thank you so much, Roshi, for sharing your journey with us and with the audience and your story. So, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Sandy, for giving me this opportunity to discuss about my journey. I'm looking forward to meet you again on another session.
Yes, for sure. So we want to say thank you to everyone that has watched the live with us today. And for those catching the replay, thank you so much. To our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. If you're on Facebook watching us and you are not following us, you can follow us up here on the top. So you can follow, Roshi Wasala on too. Um, and get to know us a little bit more, who we are, what type of content we post, and more information about the business. Um, if you're watching us from YouTube and you haven't subscribed to our channel, you can subscribe to the channel, press the notification bell, and also that way you get notified when we put new content, and also when we go in live, and you continue learning about this online business opportunity. And when the time is right, when you feel ready, we'll be happy here to guide you along the way, as a mentor. So uh, we're happy to be able to help you, and to be able to be part of our global online community. So This is a community that it really gives you that support that you need, and also, it empowers you to to do things that you thought you couldn't do. Like just like us, we didn't think about doing lives, and here we are. So you just believing in yourself. Yeah, it helps you, to believe in yourself. So something that sometimes we're afraid of things like, oh, we think we cannot do that, but yeah, you can. You just have to believe in yourself, and then you are going to be able to do that. So thank you so much, everyone, for being here with us today. So if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, you have three options. So you can either put in the comments more info, or you can send us a private message, and we'll be happy to answer any questions, or you can register directly into our websites with your name and email address, and we'll send you that invitation to watch the webinar. So we have webinars here in North America every Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I believe in Australia is
Every
every
Wednesdays
Wednesday
and
and
Fridays
Friday.
at 10 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
There you go. So if you're watching from Australia, it's every Wednesdays and Fridays at 10 o'clock in the morning. um, and that way you can catch the live webinar. So when you register into our website, you will receive an email that will contain two links. So the first one is to register to the live webinar. That one will take you to a page that will have two buttons, so either for Tuesday or Thursday, or Wednesday or Friday. And then you can register for either one or for both. The second link that you get there is the link to the replay of the live webinar. So just in case you cannot attend to the live webinar, that's not a problem. You can always catch the replay and watch it from the comfort of your own home. In addition to that, we also invite you to our private Facebook group, where you get to see more success stories from members of our community and more information about the business. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, so what am I going to find out on the webinar? So on the webinar, you're going to learn how an online business plan works. And also you get the opportunity to hear from the panelists, which are members of our community, who will be sharing with you why they decided to start their online business and how this online business has transformed their lives. So there you go. So if you want to learn more about this online business opportunity, those are the three steps that you can pick one of them, and then you can communicate with us, and we'll be happy to help you, answer any questions, and help if you decide to take a journey in this online business entrepreneurship. We'll be happy to guide you along the way. So thank you again, everyone, for watching the live with us today. um, I want to wish everyone a happy and blessed Monday for those who are on Monday, and a happy and blessed Tuesday for those who are already on Tuesday, and a happy and blessed weekend ahead for everyone. So, uh, until the next episode of the Real Talk Journeys of Resilience and Success, um, for another guest and another topic tomorrow. So, stay tuned for that. And we wanna say again, our thanks to our big guest, today, Roshi, for sharing her journey and her story with us today. So thank you, Roshi, for
You
being
know,
here.
it's my pleasure.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you again, everyone. God bless you all, and thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.
Bye.